Hello, beloved. Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. The link to my Patreon will be listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? I was channeling a lot as I was tapping in. I received a lot of downloads and prophetic visions. There's a man here, right? There's a masculine energy. This man, this masculine energy is in his Page of Cups timeline, meaning he's still a wounded little boy in his authentic self, and the person he portrays himself to be is non-existent. Therefore, who he really is his unhealed self, but as a little boy. So this is a walking trauma bank. This man ain't right because he's selling you a dream here, or he will. So this is either an ongoing thing or it's incoming in your reality. Take it how it applies. But this is an energy of a man, a masculine, who is going to sell you the world. Like, this man is nothing but a mist though. Like, he'll show you or be in that time who you want him to be, but not of success, because that's not his authentic self. We established his authentic self is just a truly wounded boy. But obviously, for him to live in the world, he has to age with himself. He has to coexist, therefore, with his true timeline and his actual timeline, which he might be 37, for example. An analogy, a reference point, a case study. He might be 37, but then his timeline in his authentic self energy is 15 years old. Meaning he's 15 years old in actual reality. He's 37 in the physical. Yeah, this man is actually 15 years old. And the reason for that, with the world reversed, is because his 15-year-old self is stuck in a paradigm. So it's that inner child energy. This paradigm is due to a certain deceit, a certain sin that he committed at an age where he was too young. So this is a adultery sin. It's like someone that has to go to juvenile, but they committed an adultery sin. So, you know, either because they're juvenile or because they're at a certain age, to say it like that, instead they get to go to juvie, right? So like prison where the adults are and the sins are addressed in a in-depth way, right? Goes beyond what's allowed for someone at a certain age. It's like this as well. That was just an analogy though, a reference point, a case study, an example. In this instance, it's like this masculine energy, this man is a man in the physical. He's a certain age in the physical, but that's not the true authentic self that he is. You know, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, he's 15. The physical means nothing. The age, therefore, is invalid, right? Because everything else is stuck in a 15-year-old timeline. At 15, he committed a sin too heavy for his age, right, to bear. So it fragmented him, right? This sin fragmented him. So fragment is like, picture something constant, like, for example, an analogy, a reference point, a case study. Something constant, something that never changes is the fact that in the world, there's day and there's night, right? There's the sun and there's the moon. We know that that's information that will never change, no matter if it's raining, no matter if it's Tuesday, no matter if it's 4 years from now, those factors never change. So picture one day we wake up and it's just night for 2 days in a row. That will create a fragment in mass humanity. That will create a fragmented humankind. So coming back to the generalization of this message, a fragment is something that occurs that never occurs, right? And anyone can experience a fragment memory, but there's situations that we find ourselves in that have power to create a fragmented being out of you. Not just it's the memory, you know, of something. It's like certain instances of experiences of life, our daily basis reality can put us in situations where we become fragmented. We don't just have a fragmented this or that, or we become fragmented when this and this occurs. No, you are fragmented in general, you know, that type of energy. So that's what happened to this masculine, this man. Whatever he did fragmented him. He fragmented himself, therefore. Because for him to commit an adultery sin at a minor age, within that timeline, is symbolic. It means that he knew better but didn't do better. Like, he was too, he thought he knew, right? He thought, like, and it's not in an innocent way, it's in a way of like, no one could tell him anything at that young age, already having that thought process and emotional process. So I'm being asked to not dive deep into what was done. Just know that it was his first adultery sin. And it happened when it shouldn't have. So because of that, he became fragmented. We have the Two of Pentacles energy here. Yeah, so this man has been fragmented for a decade plus, right? 10 years plus, however long, you know, it varies for all, but I see it's within the timeline of 10 years plus. Like, this has been a situation that is ongoing for that long about this person here. He's been in this state of being for that long and continuously rotting in it because he hasn't found any healing or redemption or closure from it. And he won't be able to. He can't, because it's something that he never sees himself being able to address. It's like whatever happened, like whatever he did, is something he'd rather like just take to the grave. He'd rather just take it to the grave. It's he can't look at it. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. I do see that this has to do with his mother though, all right? Whom he sees only as someone that provided him with his basic needs of life in order for him to survive. So he sees his mother as just somebody who provided him with shelter, water, things like that, but nothing else. Like, so he has a strained relationship with his mother. His mother is the one that enabled him to be fragmented, because whatever happened, whatever was done, was between him and the mother, or is between him and the mother. We have the Two of Wands here. He never looked back. Something happened when he was 15 and then he never looked back. But he had to live with this mother figure, or this mother energy here. He had to live with this woman up until a certain age, right? Like, I am seeing that this man fought to get out of the home that he was in with this woman here. He didn't want to live with her, right? Don't forget, he's fragmented due to something that involves her and him, right? We have Justice here. This man thought that if he just quote unquote forgot this ever happened to him with regards to his mother as well, he thought that, you know, it would go away on its own with this Justice energy. He thought that something would just go away because, you know, 1, 2, 3, or this, that, and the third. He thought obliviously of the situation just by the 3D, how it looked at the time, not thinking about obviously his emotions, his mind. He was young, too young for that. You understand? Like, something here was done at a too young mind, too young heart, you know, too young spirit, too young body. Like, something happened when this man was way too young. Anything that fragments us is based on trauma. It's trauma. Fragmented energy is trauma energy. Okay. So it did something to whatever happened, whatever was done. It did something to this masculine's mind and heart, as well as spirit and body. It completely broke him. Completely here. Ever since then, he's been unable to process life for what it is, right? So, beloved, with all this being said, this is not a man to get in a relationship with, clearly. This message is to alert you that this man wants to sell you a dream, not to say, it's like, the reason he's selling you a dream is because he's not even the man you think he is. He's not a man. He's within himself a wounded little boy. You're just going to deal with an illusion, not to say that he's going to be who you want him to be in success, right? He's going to be exactly that. No, like, you're going to regret this, because the traumatic little boy within him always comes out. Like, in every situation with every person, it's like a duality of self that he has to live with, that other person within himself who is his inner child. You know, and a man as an inner child energy can be very dangerous. A man that's a hazard in your reality. That's why I'm saying, leave this man alone. You're being guided to leave this man alone. You don't need his energy in your life, Nine of Swords reverse, because all it's going to bring is a nightmare. Like, this man will be your worst nightmare. You can't date this man. You can't be in a relationship with this man. You can't try to flirt with this man or have any sexual engagement with this man. You'll regret it. Like, everything you do with this man will come back to you in a way that you will regret. Leave this man alone. This gent here is not the one for you. He's not even in a position to be able to cater to your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit in any way that you need or you want. This man will be a waste of your time and also a nightmare that you could have avoided. Let's tap in further to this energy. Let's talk to God. This man is one of many. Okay, there are many men like this. Hence, as a collective of people, you could be dealing with the same breed, type, kind, archetype of a man, right? This is just one of many. Like, so many men exist within this reality. They don't have to be just specifically 15, any age where something happened or something was done. And women as well. Okay, women as well. We have the 8 of Cups. Happens to everyone, right? But it's like, not everyone gets stuck. The reason this man was stuck is because he looked at his mother as his all. And what happened or was done with regards to his mother is something unforgivable. You know, something big that he couldn't process at the time. And he's therefore still in that energy because he's still 15 and his mind still hasn't processed it for what it is. All he's always had is just pure hatred towards this woman here, somebody who he looked at as his all. So he lost that at a young age. He lost some form of innocence at a young age due to this woman here. So this man's relationship with women, to say the least, is damaged because his first love, which is his mother, damaged him. Truly damaged him. Okay. Let's tap in here. Damaged him forever. We have double 9 of Swords energy. Like, this man here, this is a warning to you, beloved. Do not allow them in your life. Like, you're going to be playing savior in their life just for them to be the worst decision you've ever made. Like, you'll forever regret allowing this man in your energy. If they're already in your energy, you need to work on releasing them quick, because this man here is spiraling in a web of thinking that you and them are forever, or can be forever. Like, and I do see here that you always experience situations where people get obsessed with you, beloved. Like, in general here, I do see, even in friendships or even in the workplace, even in the household, relatives and stuff, even online, just, I feel like you carry a certain identity that brings forth all of that energy with it. Who you are comes with this, simply put. This man wants to claim that he can give you the world. Same energy that's coming out here. Like, I feel like he's gonna try his best to sell it to you. Don't be fooled by his words or even his actions here. You're fighting an unseen battle because you are fighting with a spirit. His spirit is what you can't see. You don't want to bind yourself to somebody whose spirit is a hell zone, because they'll bring that to your reality. Your reality will contain and house the hell zone that you've allowed into it. You brought this upon your reality. Leave this man alone. Like, no matter what they're showing to you, no matter if, because I feel like you're going through a deep temptation energy. Like, this man is like seductive. He's poisonous though. Just because you are being seduced or you feel seduced, it doesn't mean you should fall into it when you know better, because you'll pay the consequences of those actions. If you fall into something knowing better, the reason I feel like I need to dive further into this is because this man might have you fooled already, or this is going to happen when it comes into your energy. Like, his charm, I feel like there's a certain level of charm to this man that you might be blinded to. It might blind you the way he's charming to who he actually is. It's a very deceiving charm. It's poison itself. It's toxicity. Don't forget that 15-year-old, right? Having a 15-year-old mind and heart and spirit, right? And just an adult body can make you very naughty. Like, this man here has a body count through the roof. This man partakes in prostitution nights, meaning like once a week or twice a week or however many times. But I'm seeing that he goes at night to find prostitutes in his neighborhood, or he can even drive 2 hours away from where he's at just for that. Like, that's part of his daily basis life. Could be strip clubs as well. But the nightlife, right? This man will make you believe that he's not like that though. So be careful here, beloved, because I'm seeing that this man has been studying you, like what makes you happy, what makes you feel reassured, what validates, what validates you. Like, he's been studying all the things to do right and say right. This man is not a good person here. He's not right. That's what I mean when I say he ain't right. It means he's not a good person. And on top of that, he's not even a man. He's a wounded little boy inside. He needs help. And the day he learns to accept that and actually look at what's wrong is the day he'll stop trying to evoke hell in people's lives just because he feels like it, like a little child. They can literally just go ham and lose it at something or someone. Something so small can turn it into something else. And because they're a man in the physical, who can tell him anything, right? King of Swords does what he wants, doesn't care. That can be it is dangerous. It's a menace, it's a hazard. That's why I'm saying look the other way when it comes to this man. Because you'll be like, nah, okay, I think I want to move on from this situation. One day you'll be like, oh, it's just going to be like, yeah, sure, cool. No, this man will make your life a living hell. You'll wish you never, ever, ever spoke to him in your life. There are situations that arise in life where God can give you the opportunity to spare yourself. God can put you in a situation where you can enter your own hell or leave with your peace. Some people choose hell purposely to challenge themselves. Don't do that. Don't challenge God's command. If a situation calls for you to move in a certain way, then do that. Don't do your own thing thinking that you have it in control, because you don't. Okay? I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. And to those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. The link to my Patreon will be listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.